Yeah. This is Cash Rock, Behind the Scenes TV, coming at you live, man. You wanna know what I'm doing? Get at me.
Purple rain leaves purple stains all over your Balenciagas and your ball man.
What up, world? It's Hooterville's own Cash Rock, jumping Jersey, Brick City. Peace and love. What made me wanting to become an artist from seeing like a younger generation at that time that was coming up in hip hop, when it was a mid-range age level of rappers and performers that came out. When I started seeing younger cats that was in a younger age, that actually gave me way more motivation to go out and do it, because I seen that they had the drive for it, and when they was doing it, they was getting accepted as if they was older, and that's what I wanted to get, that love and that respect, just like how the younger cats was doing it. So peace to them that was doing it, man. Shaheen, Youngsters, Illy Funksters, shout out to Illegal, Molly G, all the cats that was coming up during that era that pushed cats like me and Nipsey Hussle. Like, word up. What makes my beats different from all the other artists is that I actually listen to different nuances in tracks. I have two different ways to listen to tracks. I give producers got a good 10 to 20 seconds to impress me within the track. Once I hear that, then I listen to the different nuances. I can pretty much hear at the track if I ain't feeling it. Any artist, when they hear the track, they're not gonna feel it. So I listen to different nuances, different type of climaxes and changes in tracks like that. A lot of cats is doing tracks as just a simple loop, but with different changes, you can bring different type of aspects out your rhymes, and you can change up the rhyme scheme a little bit. Switch it up on them, and it's a little bit better than just going through the conventional loop of a track. That's how I pick my tracks. I like to be different with it. But now I actually was put into a soundtrack on this joint called The Fearless One. It's a martial arts joint. It's directed by Jamal Hall, and it was written by Alonzo Heron Jr. It was an independent movie from Newark based on a cat that was doing some martial arts and stuff. My song was actually played at a really good scene. It's actually the main scene. It was the main fighting scene in the film, and I was really excited in the theater. I know I jumped up out my seat and everything, but just to have my music in a film was like a great achievement for me. So shout out to Alonzo Heron Jr. and Jamal Hall, and also a big shout out to Early Red and Early Red Promotions, because without her, like I said, I wouldn't have been on that one too. So that was her behind that work. So you gotta have a good woman behind your back that's gonna keep it jumping. You know what I mean? I don't think there'll be any difference with me, because long as the artist got the shit, as long as they coming with it, you know what I mean, and then and we can work the chemistry out on the track, it's not really much of a difference. Yeah, not with me, because I treat all artists as equal. So. Very much so. I'm working with a few different producers. Shout out to 100%, Brick House Noise. I worked with him in his studio. He got a nice little setting. But I also work with the King. This dude, like, he records so many cats. His name is Rams Ali. That's the big bro. That's home studio. You already know what it is if you're in the Hooterville section. If I don't record there, I'm recording somewhere else, but 99% of the time I'm recording there. The atmosphere is great. I recorded there when I was a kid. I'm in and out the studio, so I know my way around the booth. I know my way around the mixing board. I know how to communicate with the engineer. We got a great rapport. So yeah, man, shout out to 109, Studio 109, and Ramses Ali for putting down that great music and mixing and mastering most of my music. And shout out to DJ Hollakid, who's underneath him, who I was working with prior to that. That was mixing and mastering my joints too. Oof. Let me see, the process it takes for me to put out the music. Writing, building up a whole bunch of songs that I can actually record, full complete songs, rehearsing those songs over and over and over. So when I get into the studio, it's it's less takes, because you know time is money. So you want to be efficient with it. So I write, recite, get the beats, go over it. I don't even record until I'm ready to record. Once I'm ready to record, it's usually about 1 to 4 takes. Once the recording is done, send it back for mixing and mastering to the great Ramses Ali. Once we get that mixed and mastered, we start lining up all the songs, and I start to categorize the type of songs that I have. I got songs for females, songs that's bars, maybe some gun bars, some education stuff, and maybe some dark songs. And I start to categorize my songs. If I may want to mix them up, I may want to mix them up. But I start to put stuff in different categories and start grouping them. Once I start grouping them, that's how I come out with my projects. So with a certain project, I was doing like hip hop, rap, jazzy type tracks. So that's like reminiscent to like Native Tongue and rockers. You know, you want to hear like if you think of Q-Tip, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, stuff like that, Pharoah Monch, cats that got good bars, but that can come hard or soft and still make the track pretty good. So that's how I came up with the Sounds of the City Volumes 1, 2. With the other joints, with Chronicles of a Hybrid MC, it was just freestyles over artist tracks. That gave you a different aspect of how it was coming. So it was more of a thirst and more of a hunger on an artist track,
right? Because
they already came out with that track, so I want to show them how hungry I am on their track. With the Sounds of the Cities, like laid back, jazzy. So now we got that. So I got other stuff that's coming out that's it's a little bit more edgy. I just dropped Rock Spawn. It's a whole dark album, dark beats, dark tracks, real good music. Then I got something called CMC Squared. That's going to be an evolutionary EP or mixtape. It's going to be more educated bars, more different type of flows, different cadences. Then I got Hooterville's Little Brother. That's more you know, more hood stuff. Then we got Sanford's Son and then Son of Sanford. Those are going to be 2 installments because I'm from this block called Sanford Ave. And I just came up with those 2 titles, you know, Son of Sanford, like Son of Sam, and then Sanford's Son from Sanford and Son. And, you know, we're going to play off of that and make some good, fun stuff off of that. I got Stuck B on one of those tracks we got to get mixed down and everything. Shout out to him. And shout out to the producer, Savvy the Savior, on that track. So we got Sanford's Son, Son of Sanford, CMC Square. Then I got a few more joints in the cut that I gotta come up with the titles for, and some already had the titles for, but I gotta remember. But about like 16 projects, so I got like 6 out now, 2 triple volumes, 2 singles from an album that we're gonna put out, also called Direct Deposit. That's another one that's gonna come out this year. That's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna save that for y'all. Also the Rebuild. But nothing gets put out until the Rebuild gets put out. That's why I'm holding on all my projects until the Rebuild is out. So yeah, we got the Direct Deposit, Sanford Son, Son of Sanford, CMC Square. The Hooterville's Little Brother. That's another one that I got in the cut, and a few more. So yeah, just rock with me because the joints is there. A lot of them are already mixed and mastered and just sitting waiting to be put out. Basic background. I mean, Haitian American, Haitian parents from the capital, from Jacmel. Born in Queens, raised in Brooklyn, raised in Newark. You know, came up like any other youth. You know, a little bit of trouble here and there. Wasn't too much of a bad kid. average kid, educate academically until I got in. And so after actually I left high school, come to find out I was above college level. You know, worked hard, always a blue collar worker. Been hustling since I was 13, bagging groceries and finding little odd jobs, and that's how I came up with, you know, they came up with the name Cash from that and playing football, you know, being a little good wide receiver. And that's basically it, just a little, you know, a little young scrappy dude out there, you know, getting into little scuffles here and there, but nothing too much where it's just like, oh, he's a bad kid. And I was pretty much just the average kid that was coming up. Nothing too bad, but you know, I got into a few things here and there where I wish I just never did. But you know, that's how it is when you're coming up in the Hooterville section, man, in Velsburg. You know.
Yeah.
Two professional artists. Well, I would love to work with 50. That stamp is just serious. I would love to work with him as an artist, and then and another artist. I would love to work with Rihanna. I think Rihanna is like she is so strong. That's why I say a male and a female artist. 50 mogul, marketing, business sense is through the effing roof. Would know how to put anything out. He can sell he can sell water to a well. And Rihanna, icon, music, R&B, fashion, and she has her own label, and she knows how to do her own thing. Like, the girl is through the roof with her stuff. Mentally, both of them is like twin towers to me as far as the artists I would like to work with.
Every time I walk into a bank, I wanna hit the vault. But can't go down for the armed robberies and weapons assault. Come on. See, I've been aggravated from being stagnated, but I graduated. You should all be glad I made it.
That's a good card. I think it came about naturally when it came. I think it was bound to happen from the stuff that he done did and Quaz was doing and continuing to do, and then from what I was doing. It was just like, it's like I'm at Penn Station and I got 2 trains coming, and both of these trains about to go to a great destination, but I could meet them at this one spot, and that one spot was at the Cave. Shout out to Early Red, forever Early Red, much love. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I'm at, and if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be where you at. So there's always love on both sides, and rocking with her. I bumped into the brother, and from my memory, when I looked at his name, it was kind of funny because I looked down at his name because we was hosting the show, and I look up and I look down and I look up, and something flashed in my head from my man Ram. It was mentioning his name, and then I was like, yeah, like I do remember a dude from a few years ago, but we stopped seeing each other because I remember he was doing a lot of stuff and I was doing stuff. So then around that time, we was doing a whole 2-year push of crazy effing shows and just pushing and pushing. When we linked up from there, you know, we got math and everything, and then we separated because we was both doing our joints. And then he had hit me up. Was like, yo, you rocking? And he, you know, he wanted to rock with me, which is awesome because to have anybody come to me, you know, at any point in time and be like, yo, I want to do a joint with you, is like, it's always a blessing because it shows that they like what I'm doing. And I'm like, wow, like, I'm actually doing something that somebody likes. This is, I can actually go somewhere with this, like, let's do it. We end up, I didn't even know we was recording the EP. We did the joints, and we did a couple joints. We did the on the spot freestyle, then we did the other joint. I was on the prize, and then I was getting beats from my man, and then it was like, all right, you know what? He's getting beats, I'm getting beats. Boom, let's just do it. So we just started recording and just doing our thing. You know, then once I separated, started doing my thing on the side again. We came back, started doing some more joints, and still pumping. I'm like totally appreciated and honored to do the project with the brother. It shows that I can be put on a whole different platform through the eyes of a legend. You know what I'm saying? This is big. Like, this is really big. And by rocking with dude and by me rocking and doing my own thing, it shows that I was valuable enough to actually rock with him. And that's what made it boom, click. So now we on to a whole new place. So now we going to places. Stay tuned. Right now, I got the new video. It's called Crown Holder 1080. Shot on a movie film joint. Shout out to the Secret Service. We shot that out in Times Square and on 41st, NYC. The video is high energy, bars on top of bars, and it's just straight cash, and I'm bringing Newark straight to the forefront. That's why I figured if I go to Times Square, have a Newark artist go to Times Square, where it's the heart of New York, was the heart of immigration. This is the heart of the world, the capital of the world, and show people that I am the crown holder in my own right from that point on. So the video is called Crown Holder, shot by Secret Service, Casual.
Trying to reach that plateau. 1 2 1 2. Yeah. Sometimes you get to a level and you think you at that level, and you say you can't get no higher.
The great.
Then you look to the sky and say nah. Sound the alarms, blow the trumpets at the top of the summit, looking down so triumphant. Your stock's about to plummet. I'm about to crush your budget when my duck is the Jim and Buffett. If you hear my itch, then bump it. You don't like it, take it or lump it. What you thinking? I already done it. I am Marty McFly, back from the future on my hoverboard. Peep my maneuvers. I get deep in the scuba from the Hooter with a barrel so close it look like a tuba. This that rim stay shining, and the view of the condo or the sun bling like a diamond. If I said it, I meant it. I buy it, you rent it. I got more flaws than a dentist. My momentum is momentous. You are now about to witness something tremendous. To the great ones, I'm the greatest apprentice. You can tell in every single line, bar in every sentence. I am back with a vengeance. Peep my transcendence. This is hip-hop from the essence. Hip-hop. I am the one that was chosen to rise above the rest till being the most outspoken. The game is now awoken. I am walking C4 now. Witness my explosion. Players living reckless with a miraculous necklace. Let's put this game back into perspective. My next line may sound subjective. A lot of rappers' mothers should have used contraceptives. Listen, I am willing, I am able. You like an unemployed waiter, you bring nothing to the table. I break out of a straight jack to take the game back. Too many cats are laid back. I state facts, I state that on streams and downloads and shows last year I did 8 stacks. Something like straight facts, you straight whack. I should take the game back to real with 8 dats. Hard. Analog over digital, come back with the realer flow, maximizing my residuals. Paper. More dollar signs are popping up. Ass rockers rocking, you're overcharting and popular. Listen, son, I'm George Papadopoulos. Flew from Wakanda over Gotham City to Metropolis. This is for the populace. It's Doc Ock with 8 arms, popping out your Oculus. Marvin Hagler, marvelous. Can't see me with binoculars. Put you up and say Barnabas. Crown me king like the new Romulus. This flow is not anonymous. I am the true Spartacus.